In today's video, we're talking about the EURUSD and this crazy rally that we've seen so far in March, but I'm going to show you why buyers could be in a little bit of trouble here over the last 48 hours. We're also going to take a look at the DXY, and I'll show you exactly where we could see some relief for the US dollar into the second half of March. So looking at the euro, guys, let's take a look here at the daily time frame. First of all, we talked about this level here going all the way back to November of 2022, and we discussed this back here when the euro was actually breaking down from this. So you can see here that off of these lows back here, we talked about this breakdown occurring right through here, okay? We had the breakdown back here last year, and this created a very significant imbalance for the euro because what you'll notice here is that when we got this very aggressive 2-week sell-off, there was no retrace into this area. So back here, when the market was bottoming in this region, what I said there is that there was the potential for a move back up here toward 107 in this area to fill in this imbalance from last year. Now, the trigger for that was the move above 105.30, which we obviously got back here, and you can see where it has been a very aggressive rally ever since then. However, nothing moves in a straight line, at least not for long, and you can see that here with the market starting to fatigue a little bit up here in this area. And if you saw last week's video, what I mentioned there was to watch the area between 108.50 and 109. This area up here was likely to serve as resistance here for the euro, and that's because of that trend line that we have going back to 2022, and also things like 108.50 being the 50% of this range back here. So what we talked about last week was that 108.50 was essentially the mid-range of this range back here that we saw for the euro. Okay, so we had the high up here. Let me move this out of the way here. And we had the high up here and the low down here. So 50% is right there in that 108.50 area. Okay, so again, here's 109 up here. We've got 108.50 just below that. So this was going to be a significant area for the euro, and so far it has been. Now, another thing too that we talked about was if you turn on something like visible range here on TradingView, you can see where this was the highest volume point within this nearly 2-year range. Again, right there at 108.50. Okay, so a lot of things happening in this area to where this was and still is the area to watch here for the euro. Now, the key for this week, all right, is going to be this region up here around 108.65, or really right around like 108.70, okay, in that 5-pip range there between 108.65 and 108.70. And the reason for this is because that is the location of this trend line through here, which you can see so far is serving as both resistance and support, and resistance once again here over the past few days. So if you'll look here on these two candles, you can see resistance through here. We got the close above, retest as new support, and so far today we're seeing a little bit of a breakdown. Now, the benefit of being in our VIP group in Discord is that yesterday I was telling members in Discord to watch for a potential breakdown when the euro was trading up here. And the reason for that is because we'd already seen an immediate retest of this key level as new support. And a lot of times when you get a break above followed by an immediate retest the next day, that is indicative of a potential failed breakout, also called a fake out. So if you guys do want to join us in VIP, check out the link in the description of this video for 85% off lifetime access. Or if you are on the website, click on that join VIP link. So the key for the euro right now, if you look at the 4-hour time frame, you can see this very clearly through here. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this horizontal through here for now, because really, in my opinion, this is the story. Because you can see where, again, back here, this was resistance for the euro. We got the break above. This is that immediate retest that I was talking about, right? So this right here was indicative of a potential fake out, which we are seeing confirmed here over the past 24 hours. So as long as the euro is below this area up here at 108.70, potentially 108.80 in this region up here, as long as we're below this on the high time frames, then we have that potential for a correction lower down toward levels like 1.0777 back here toward these lows, which we know this is a significant level going back on the weekly time frame. You can see back here, we have this low right back here and a couple lows here on the weekly as well. So this is going to be a key support, which clearly really hasn't been tested yet so far. Okay, so essentially close, below this area up here on the high time frames. We're looking at a potential pullback down here into these lows. And then from there, it's going to be a matter of level by level. In other words, if we see the euro start to break below 1.0777, then we're looking at a push lower into levels like 106.80, this low from back here, and also this one. Okay, so really, it's very simple here for the euro. I mean, at the moment, obviously, the uptrend here that we've seen so far in March is very much intact. And I want to be clear about that. This is not me saying that this is all going to unravel. Okay, even if we get a fake out up here, it doesn't mean that everything we've seen so far is just going to unravel. It doesn't work like that, right? This could just be a temporary pullback down here into the lows, maybe sweep these lows and then bounce and then just continue higher, right? Because there's no question that when you look at the euro and especially the DXY too, they are trading in areas that we have not seen for months. And as far as the DXY goes, and it's a lot clearer here on this chart, so we're going to take a look at the DXY, the US dollar index here, because I want to show you this, how the market closed last week below this trend line from October of 2023. So we've talked about this before, right? And this is kind of why I'm saying that even if we see the US dollar bounce from this support area down here, this is not a case where I'm going to get long-term bullish on the US dollar simply because of where we are trading within the context of levels like this. So you can see this trend line back here, right? We talked about this last year when the market was breaking out. You can see breakout through here, retest as new support, continuation. So right now we have the DXY breaking back below this, which means this area around 105, 104.60 to 105 is going to be resistance for the US dollar. All right, so you can see here on the weekly time frame, absolutely no question that this right here, okay, looks like a potential failed breakout, okay, from this level from back here. And that's what you have to pay attention to because, again, there is no point in getting long-term bullish on the US dollar while the market is below 105. Now, if it were to reclaim this area, right, over the coming weeks, then that would be different. But so far, in my opinion, this right here, any kind of bounce we get from down here is likely to be more just temporary relief up toward the 104.60 to 105 area than anything long-term, as long as we're below 105. All right, so level by level, you have to go with what's on the chart, not what you think could happen or what you want to happen. So again, with the DXY, we have the market bouncing from 103.50. This is kind of why too, I think that we could see a little bit of relief here from the US dollar. But again, you've got to watch areas like this back here over the coming days. Because if we do see the DXY get up here in this area, there's a good chance we see a rejection from that area. All right, so when we look at the euro here, that right there could equal, it's hard to tell, but it could equal, potentially a move down here into this level and then potentially even a bit lower down here in this region before we get that bounce. All right, so just something to watch here on the euro, guys, but I do think that we are seeing early signs of a reversal here from this 108.70 area. And again, guys, VIP members were tipped off to this yesterday when the market was quite a bit higher. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications. Don't forget to join us in VIP, claim your 85% off lifetime access. See the link in the description of this video, or if you're on the website, click on that join VIP link. Trade well out there, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.